Hello, loves. Join me today as I do Thanksgiving with my family. Now, each of us is divided into what we're supposed to do, like kind of like a potluck, because it's not fair to put everything on one person. It's a lot. We're a big family. We're also not big eaters. First of all, we don't even get a turkey. Let me begin by saying I do not agree with how Thanksgiving was first created. So, this is a day to just be thankful with family, and everybody is off. So my job today, of course, is the dessert, and I am making apple pie. Believe it or not, if you guys watched my apple orchard outing, which was back in October, early October actually, these are the apples from the apple orchard. Now, granted, some of them are a little wrinkly or whatnot, but still, they survived this long. So whatever is left over from the apple orchard, I always use that for the apple pie and Thanksgiving. Every single year I've been doing that. They aren't old, I promise. They really do last that long. Then again, they are in the fridge. So I looked online for an apple pie recipe. I always try a different one every year. And this one was different. They had you melt butter and add the flour and sugar together and melt them instead of mixing them all together with the apples as dry ingredients. Now, I am not sure what apple pie recipe I Googled. I do apologize about that. But it's basically putting all the wet ingredients together, having them melt, and then adding it to the apples and mixing them together. This one also didn't call for nutmeg, which sometimes it usually does, but it was just cinnamon. I went ahead and mixed up that cinnamon together. Now, I normally do make my pie crusts a long time ago. I used to do it, but it took so long and it was so time consuming that I just quit and just bought frozen pie crust. Nothing wrong with that. And I used to buy them from local grocery stores until somebody pointed out that they have lard in them. All of them, every single brand. The only one that I found that doesn't have lard is the Aldi brand. So I went a week prior just to make sure that they had them in stock and bought the Aldi brand frozen pies, or pie crust, I should say, and it tastes delicious. Now, the top pie crust, because it comes with two, always gets stuck. So what I do is I kind of just peel it off, bundle it up into a ball, roll it out again, and then come up with some sort of pretty design. I know it's a lot more extra work, but I have to be extra, you know that. So this year I decided to use cutout leaves. There was two different kinds. One is more like a leaf for fall and the other one is just a regular leaf. Again, just using the top pie crust one. I did not make my own. I just balled it up and rolled it and put some flour so it doesn't stick to the counter. And I used my leaf cutters to go ahead and cut out as many as I can. And then I would roll back the leftovers again, spread it out, and cut them out. You need every single one, trust me. Afterwards, I went ahead and laid them all on the pie, as you see me doing here. This one didn't turn out as pretty as the other one, which I'll show you when they're done. On to potatoes. I'm also a mashed potatoes gal. Oh yeah, don't forget for the dessert, I also made the cake for the gender reveal party. So everybody loves my mashed potatoes. It is quite delicious. Here I am peeling 25 potatoes. I have been peeling potatoes since I was 9 years old. My mother would give me that job, so I feel like I am a potato peeler master. That's my daughter trying to show everybody your nails. They are quite pretty. I don't know how she does anything with them, but they are beautiful. Anywho, yes, I do love peeling potatoes. I find it quite relaxing for some reason. I don't know why. But 25 of them, kind of got boring after a while. I did not make the chicken. My mother made it, gave it to me, but she didn't have room in her oven, so I was the one who had to cook the chicken. That was a lot of pressure. What if I overcooked it? But no, it turned out great. And this is the pie I was telling you guys about. See how pretty? It looks like a sunflower. You can buy sunflower. I was also biscuits girl. So Red Lobster biscuits, okay? You guys know the box is delicious. So this is what I do to it to be extra. Chop up some butter into little tiny pieces, some cold butter into small little dices, and some chopped parsley. It does not ask for that, but trust me, this makes it 10 times better. And then you go ahead and you put the boxed mix in there with it. I'm telling you guys, if you make it this way, you'll never go back. I also add some garlic powder to it. I also add some sharp cheddar cheese. It does ask for that. So basically, you just follow the instructions, but I add butter, garlic powder, and fresh chopped parsley. One time I thought if I added milk instead of water, it would make it taste better, but it didn't. So don't ever do that. Just add the water. And then you're going to mix that all up and place it on a cookie sheet, whatever you have. I do spray it because they tend to stick. You know, with new cookie sheets, they come out right away. But after you've used that cookie sheet for a while, things tend to stick on it. So I just put aluminum foil and I spray it with non-cooking spray or non-sticking spray, whatever you want to call it. So I just pick up a spoonful and place it onto the pan. I don't make them perfect. I like them to be all different shapes and sizes. Well, not sizes, but different shapes. Press it down just a little bit because you don't want the center to cook. Afterwards, it does have a powder pack with it that you melt it with butter and you kind of glaze it over it. So don't forget that part. I did not show you guys. On to the mashed potatoes. So those potatoes that I peeled, I chopped and put them in boiling water, obviously, until a knife or a fork goes through them easily. Do not leave them sitting in the boiled water. That's what makes them sticky. As soon as they're done, you got to turn that water off and then make them right away. That's why I did this right before we went to my sister's house, because I wanted them to stay warm and fresh. Okay, so with your mashed potatoes, it's so easy, you guys. I know some people add different things to it, but this is how I make it and this is how my family loves it. Basically, you are going to use a lot of salt, okay? We're a salt-loving family, all right? You can add less just to make sure, because you can always add more salt. You can't take away salt. So you can start with a little bit of salt. I add some garlic powder also. I never measure. I'm marab. Just to make it nice and thick, I also use some heavy cream, and I also add milk. Don't add too much liquid at first. Add a little bit, and if you feel like you want it a little more creamier, then add a little bit more. And of course, butter makes everything better, so we got to add that butter. And then mix it on high speed. Mix, mix, mix. I press down a little bit before I mix. And if you like it chunky, don't overmix it. If you like it creamy, overmix it. Here are the Red Lobster biscuits. I didn't put the butter on them yet, but when I do, they are so good. So here is my sister's house. That's the kid table, and that is the adult table. We are all prepping and getting ready to eat. Like I said, we're not huge, feasters, eaters. And nobody in the family likes turkey, so we really never, ever get turkey. We just get meat and chicken. I don't even eat meat and chicken. I'm fine with everything else. On to the gender reveal cake, so enjoy this.
Hold on. Wait. I'll pop one and then he'll pop one.
Whichever you want.
You said stay sitting down, okay?
I'm
You
sitting
should
down.
start it with the blue, the bottom one.
No.
Oh, that falls all over.
I know Mimo probably put it at the bottom.
The bottom one.
Let's not make a mess.
Why was there a
The
bowl
bottom
in
one.
there? It's a Maddie's house.
No.
هي الزرقاء هي
ايه
لا اللي تحت
إيه؟
الزرقاء ايه يلا 1 2 3
فاضي
It's real. I'm never going to do this.
خلص هدي البينك اللي على الجنب وهي بانت هاي من الجهه.
لحظة هيدي 1 2 3 4 5
You're breaking that bear's balloon.
I love this.
You're breaking the bear's balloon.
يمكن لك اللي بالنص اللي تحت اخر وحده الزرقاء
فاضي
بتقول هذا البيض يعني
Oh, those are gum.
Are those real gum?
اخر وحدة اكيد
هي الزرقاء اللي بالنص اخر وحده
خليها لاخر شيء خليها
Is there gum inside this? Oh.
I know, sorry, Maddie. We should have put something on it.
Why you make up so hard? Yeah, وهي مو
استنى هالبينك اللي هونيك اخر وحده
Chocolate, I know.
1 2 3 لا سوري
Nobody step on the chocolate. We gotta clean up. Yeah.
اوكي انا خلي لك اخر
There's two.
1 2 3